Hi, this is Mrs. Purple. Welcome to my podcast, The Right Mind for Any Time. Here you will get the world view from my perspective. So buckle up for another episode of knowledge, wisdom, and a good time. Enjoy the show. I bring you again, Mrs. Purple, The Right Mind for Any Time. What the topic that I'm going to talk about today is people that have enhanced my life and also the people that shaped my life into what I am today. First of all, giving honor to God, whence come my health. My mother tended to shape my life. She was a single parent and she always believed in education. She said education would bring you out of whatever you need to be brought. She believed in education and she believed in earning your own money, not dependent on somebody else. Because for herself, she was also a hard worker. The next person that influenced my life was my father. They was not married, but when I got to be a teenager, I was able to visit him in Delaware during the summer month. And from June through August, it's time for me to come back to school. My father constantly used to tell me he almost took care of himself ever since he was 3 years old. And when he started working for General Motors, he had to find a back job to go to because he said when they go on strike, they can be on a strike for a long, long time. And the bills are still coming in. So he learned how to do patios and stuff with cement. But he said that help kept him abreast so he didn't get behind his bills when the motor place went on strike. My grandmother also was very influential in my life. I guess she was trying to prepare me to be somebody's wife because she taught me how to cook and can and how to clean those greens and clean them collard greens in the summertime. They was loaded with bugs, and how to pick the black-eyed peas and how to pick the butter beans and all these and cook them and preserve. She also taught me how to sew. She can sew so small you think a sewing machine did it. And she was very religious. When I had designated clothes for work, clothes for school, and clothes for playing in. And the clothes that I wore to church, I'm not allowed to play in those clothes. As we move forward, the church played a very important role in my neighborhood during that time. I remember I joined the Usher Board, and Miss Rachel Day was very influential in helping raise the kids and shaping their life during that time. Also, Miss Hattie Moore, she was very instrumental in the church, even though she was the mother of the church, but she looked after all the kids that came to the church. It was a friend of the family, Mr. Willie Kelly. He was very instrumental in my upbringing because I was in a lot of beauty pageants and a lot of fashion shows, and the only way to get there was somebody with a car. He made sure that I got there on time for the beauty pageant and also the fashion show. Even when I moved to Los Angeles, he would stop by the house and talk to my mom and hold a general conversation with her during the time that she was at home. The next person that was shaped into my life in 1972, we was caught up into segregation. The black kid had to leave from their home or their local school and get integration into a predominant white school. I think I joined every club that was at the school. The chaplain was a very important job to me while attending just a little near high school, the Purple Tiger, because the chaplain responsibility on Friday morning when the football player had to go out and play a game, you're supposed to come up with a prayer and maybe a slogan to tell them to be safe during the game and try to win the game. My mother had a friend that she was dating for years. His name was Mr. Ishman. I think he stayed with my mom maybe until I was 13 years old. He was very instrumental in my life. He allowed me to go to the commissary and maybe get a coat or a dress or anything I want that I need out there. Very, very nice, real quiet man, but so much like a gentleman. During the time I was coming up, your neighbor played a very important role in your life. If the neighbor said you did something, you might as well just say you did it because then you're going to get 2 whipping instead of one whipping. You don't have that so much in a big city now that the neighbor look out for the kid. It's almost like the neighbor's afraid to say anything to the kid. But the neighbor, and when I was coming up, was very involved in the kids' upbringing. I would like to say this in my podcast on who shaped and molded my life during the time I was growing up. And hope you enjoy this part of the podcast. Thank you.